And Soul family. I felt really inspired to share an experience I had today because it was so profoundly helpful to me. And um, and so what I observed was going from a lower state of being, just feeling kind of heavy in my body, and going through a full transformation and feeling like I went through a rebirth of feeling of returning back to an extremely peaceful place, and that process I recognized the habitualness of going into patterns of going into feeling helpless or feeling any sort of lower feeling, how those types of feelings are circular and they tend to return, and then you feel it can be easy to feel trapped in those feelings. And and so through breath work this evening, I was able to create space from those feelings and be able to if instead of feeling like I'm in those feelings and I am those feelings, more like I'm observing those feelings from this very peaceful place, which is can be called the heart and soul. And um and so this practice of breath work, which I wanted to offer a demonstration and potentially a an offering of a guided breathwork session, it helps to anchor in the knowingness that we have the choice to choose how we feel, to choose what we focus on, to choose to radiate love, to choose to focus on radiating love and joy, or to choose to focus on stress, or to and and so this, I feel, is very helpful with all that's going on and all the energies that are circulating, and what you may or may not be picking up from the environment, and and so this is just was just so extremely helpful for me today in transforming into realizing that this moment is brand new and I get to choose exactly how I want to be in this moment, and the past does not define that, and just really awakening to that, and being able to just come into full consciousness, at least more and more. And so this is not recommended you have if you have just eaten, if you have if you're in a really smoky zone right now. All prayers and blessings go out to you. I would not recommend doing this breath work because you're just going to be breathing in more of that smoke. Um, and it's it's not recommended to do breath work if I mean, overall, it's recommended that you follow your intuition and do what feels best to you, of course. Um, so there are many different kinds of breath work or pranayama. This one I was inspired by Wim Hof, and Wim Hof is a man who is just a man who has like hiked Mount Kilimanjaro in shorts, and he's it's hard to describe him in few words, but he has done a lot, and he goes in cold water. He's a big advocate for cold water and showing how breath work and cold water can um, rewire your nervous system and just essentially change your chemistry and help you to be extremely um, autoimmune, help your immune system to be extremely strong, uh, essentially. So the breath work is essentially, it just is letting go into breathing and breathing into your belly and your chest, but first your belly. And it's really recommended that you just follow your intuition on this. You should feel better and better as you go. If it doesn't feel better and better, then I recommend you don't keep doing it. It's essentially You can breathe in through your mouth or your nose, whatever feels best to you, and it's essentially and you can do it in 2 parts like that, or you can do it in one, and you can just go And so as you're doing this, you're oxygenating your whole body and you're just cleansing your blood. And it's so I invite you to keep going on that with that pattern if that feels good to you at this time, and focus in on your heart space and on observing the breath and 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 asking who is it who is observing this breath, who is it who is aware of my breathing, who's aware of any thoughts that may come up, any emotions, anything that may come up. This can bring up various things. So that said, it will give you more prana and chi and consciousness to deal with whatever comes up, and overall will help cleanse your nervous system and your blood and your energy system. So if you've kept on doing this, you may already be observing how different you are already feeling. And just keep going if that feels good to you. My timer's about to run out of time on my phone.